see if my technology is working here. You guys fire up my slides up there. That would be great. All right. So we're in Nehemiah. So if you have a Bible, we're going to be in Nehemiah chapter 7 today. And if you use the Pew Bible, if someone can shout out the page number, that would be helpful to everybody. But I'd love to have you turn to it. It's an exciting chapter because it's got a long list of names. And I love it when we come to chapters in the Bible. It's just a long list of names. But we're going to unpack that a little bit this morning. But before I dive in, many of you are a part of Women Helping Women. And it's kind of a community thing. Our church is a part of it. And many of the ladies in this church are I'll use that word, catalyst behind it. If you like to use that word. But I want to let you know that Naomi's house, the money, the permits and stuff, everything kind of rolled into place. So they've actually started digging the trenches to run the utilities and stuff. So just know it's happening, and it should be built by May, which is really exciting. So anyway, there's a women's brunch. See Betsy, she's got a flyer board. Ladies, if you'd like to be a part of that, on March 21st, there's a brunch, and they're going to talk about the needs that are coming, because we're actually going to have to talk about how do we furnish this place and how can we invest in it. So it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. All right, so as we've been in Nehemiah, let me just go back simply and say that I put the words out there that I think we're living in a time that is like the time of Nehemiah, and that the people of God are living in exile. Okay, and back then that meant that for 70 years God's people had been scattered. They'd not been allowed to do life together because of these Babylonians that just made their lives miserable. And so for a few generations, this idea of living into a community of faith was like gone. They were scattered everywhere. The walls of Jerusalem, the temple, where they did life, where they believed the presence of God was in shambles. And all the things that I read and hear about is in terms of the church in the United States, not the church in the world, but church in the United States is in a decline. It's just losing people left and right, and the next generation isn't coming in. And part of it is they were not raised in it, but the next generation isn't coming in. But the big thing is they're not seeing the presence of God. They just see a religion. They see an institution called the church. And then they hear us at times, and our media doesn't help, being portrayed a certain way. So there's a lot of folks that would never walk in these doors. They drive by here in Patterson every day, and they would never even think of walking into this building because they have a perception of what that is. And you and I know, because we follow Jesus together, we know that perception is wrong. So I know that God's heart, Jesus' heart, and even the Holy Spirit, there's this movement that God's trying to do through us to return all of his people into life together, into community together, into following Jesus. And you need to know that that is God's heart. I encourage many of us to get this book, Renovation of the Heart. And I want to read to you something out of here. It's out of one of the things. Hope you guys have this and are reading it. But let me just read this one chunk of it here off the page. It's quite startling to begin to believe that transformation into Christ's likeness is possible. You and I really can become persons who are kind to our enemies, who listen attentively to the people who annoy us the most, who work tirelessly to help others without hoping to get any credit. To possess the promised land of transformation, we will have to arrange our lives differently. As we become more interested in this, we may find ourselves inadvertently giving up the hours we used to spend shopping. We will look forward to reading the Gospels and picturing the selfless, luminous person of Jesus, whom even government embezzlers loved